What's the creepiest thing you found that was about you? I was just cleaning out my grandma's attic because she told me she'd pay me 50 bucks if I helped her sort through boxes for a garage sale, and most of it was junk. But then I found a wooden box tucked behind a trunk, cracked along the top, and it had a faded label that said, "Things we lost." Inside was a single envelope with no stamp, only dust, and something thin inside, so I opened it and pulled out an old black and white photo. The image showed 5 people in Victorian clothes standing outside a house, arms linked, half smiling like they didn't know how, but one of them looked exactly like me. Same cheek scar, same crooked smile I only make when I'm nervous, and even the tilt of his head. At first I laughed and thought maybe it was a great-great-grandfather or something, but then I flipped the photo over and my heart stopped because on the back, in faded ink, was my full name written in my exact handwriting. I showed it to my grandma downstairs and told her where I found it, and she went pale and took one step back like I'd brought home a snake and said,
"We told your mom to burn that box."
That night, I couldn't sleep and kept staring at the photo on my nightstand, and around 3 a.m., I had the weirdest dream. The same 5 people from the picture sat around a candlelit table, no talking, just staring, until the girl on the end turned toward me and said,
"You took longer this time."
I woke up drenched in sweat, and the photo was still on the nightstand, but I noticed the house in the photo had a porch with an unusual railing. So I reverse searched it online, and I found it. Still standing, 3 hours away, abandoned and fenced off, but very real. I told my grandma I was going to stay with a friend, but then drove out the next morning. The house looked wrong, like it had been waiting for me, and as I got closer, a girl my age stepped out from behind a tree, calm, like she knew I'd come. She told me I wasn't the first and said her great-grandma wrote about me, and she held out a page from an old leather journal, and I took it. But my hand started shaking because it was my handwriting. It said if I find her again, I'll know, even if I'm someone else. I didn't ask questions and just left. But everything started unraveling fast because the next morning, I woke up with mud on my feet, and my phone had texts I didn't send. I checked my call log and saw I had called the girl twice at 2:42 a.m., but I didn't remember any of it. That night, my grandma knocked on my door and didn't sit. She just stood there and told me some people in our family don't get reincarnated, they get recycled, and I thought she was joking, but she wasn't smiling, and she told me I'd come back before, and I always forget until it's too late. Later, I looked in the mirror, and my face looked normal until I blinked, and my reflection didn't. It just stared back at me, and then it smirked, not a big one, just enough to let me know I wasn't alone in there. I backed away and asked who it was, and it answered in my voice, but colder.
"I'm who you were supposed to be. Let me back in."
I turned off the lights and ran, and the girl found me the next day and told me she'd been dreaming too, seeing pieces of another life, memories that didn't feel like hers, and she remembered the porch, the journal, and the name I left behind, and she kissed me. And I swear, for a moment, the world blinked, like we were standing somewhere else, in a different time, on the same porch, and the same crooked smile. When I opened my eyes, everything felt wrong, and at home, the lights flickered when I walked by, and my reflection now moved slower than me, and when I checked the photo again, there were 6 people in it, and the new one was smiling wider than the rest, wearing my exact clothes and standing right behind me.
Subscribe!